Hello. Hello. Do you know what's fantastic about today? It's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. I'm just going to do that until someone shows up on the live. It's my birthday. Hi. Hello. Welcome. It's my birthday. It's So hi, I'm Tanya. It's my birthday. I'm just gonna keep saying hi, it's Tanya. It's my day. It's my day to celebrate. Let's do the sparkles. Hello. I'm also going to do a collective oracle reading. So I'm not just going to sit here and go, it's my birthday. It's my birthday, although it is. But I am going to do the collective oracle card reading, and then I'm going to do individual cards for whoever wants it. And I'm on here from 9 until 10-ish. So we'll do the collective. I don't know who said happy birthday or showed presents and stuff, but thank you. Thank you. I love it. Look, I'm fogging up. I'm getting all warm. I'm fogging my glasses up. Perfect. Hi. Okay, let's get to the reading. Let's see what the cards revealed for us today. Thank you, Angie. You know, my mom does this thing every birthday. She calls me, and as soon as I pick up the phone, straight out is happy birthday to you. And she sings me happy birthday every time. Right out the gate. She doesn't even wait for me to say hello. It's just happy birthday. It's a very sweet thing. So I pulled 4 cards. 3 of them are oracle and 1 is a tarot card. I should definitely show the books or the decks that I'm pulling them from. In this deck here, because I wanted us to just learn a little bit about astrology as we're going along. So that's why I'm using the Astro Code book. The card that I pulled was Imam Koli. Okay, so let's find out about what this is. It's about the root at the very least. So imagine your spine extends down into the earth like a taproot, the strong central root under a tree, through the earth to a point on the sun's path below. Latin for bottom of the sky, the Imam Koli or IC points to the memories and experience that fed your first roots, your early home life, your family's traditions, and your biological and emotional heritage. Pretty cool. So now we know what it is. Hi, Stacy. Definitely. If you're not here when I call your name, because you're letting me know that, like if you're not here when I do what I'll do is I'll put a message on your name to let you know around what time that I did your card. So if you have to come back to it, you'll be able to step it forward to the part where you need. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, anyone that's on TikTok, the way that you can help me out, and it's almost, you could do it like a celebration, a birthday celebration, be like, happy birthday, and tap likes on the screen. I'll leave a message down at what time I do the card. Okay. So the action of this card, look to the roots. Think about what makes you feel at home and secure, what creates sanctuary for you. Investigate the foundations and become conscious of the traditions and assumptions that underlie the situation. Lean into habits that help you feel secure and grounded. If you enjoyed your childhood family traditions, there's a pause there. If you enjoyed your childhood, family traditions can help you feel safe and strong in a storm. If you grew up in chaos, you may crave the opposite and so create your own quiet sanctuary, which is really cool. Hi, Info Entertainment 999. It's my birthday. So you picked a perfect day to show up. It's going to be much like every other day that I do these oracle readings, but it's my birthday, special day. But that's the first thing that I do with anybody that I work with is I work on creating a safe space, right? It's important to feel safe in your home, safe in your body, right? Like my house is a house and, right now it's my home and it's great if I can have a safe space inside it or I can feel safe here, that's really important. But if I can create safety in my own body, that's huge, right? Huge. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm just so excited. This is me on my birthday. Super just kiki. So for those of us who grew up in chaos, safety doesn't feel normal. And you know what that means? It means we go around searching for more familiar things, and familiar is chaos or trauma or abuse or neglect. So we go find more of that because that's what feels familiar and safe to us. Safety doesn't necessarily feel safe. So if you grow up in a home with arguments, arguing with people at home may seem normal to you. But that may not be the case for your housemates, so you may need to learn to present your points in a more transformative, less combative way. The IC also speaks of deeper roots, the spiritual, religious, or philosophical underpinnings of your early life. Just as a fish doesn't notice the water it swims in, it can be hard to see the spiritual assumptions you swam within as a child. These philosophical philosophical underpinnings could give you a deep connection to spirit or leave you feeling restricted or judged, right? How many of us, bad things happen, like God causes the bad things, or thanks. I try to send out all the good vibes. We're all about love here for sure. That's what our source is, right? Is love. But it's interesting, that line, right? About religion, or like how many times, hi Marla, good morning, love, is how we get into those situations where we're yay. I got a happy birthday from a friend, so this is me on my birthday. I apologize. Tomorrow it won't be as chaotic because I'll pay attention a little more, but this morning I'm just happy it's my day. It's my day. But when you know how they say, like, if only there was a God, like God wouldn't make you suffer. God's punishing you, right? That's a good one. God's punishing you, right? So we grow up with that mentality of thinking of God like punishing you. So that's a way that, the way that you grew up and how people around you were spiritual could have affected you without you even realizing it, is that you think that God's up there just, I'm going to punish you, right? You're a bad girl. Thank you. Yay. Oh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. I would love to get 1,000 subscribers. I have 10,000 followers over 10,000 followers on Facebook. So I was super, super happy about that. And hi, Joanne. Thank you for the happy birthday. You remember, what one was it? The Muppets, the Muppets, like Zoe or whatever it was. Was it her? And she's always like, that's what I thought of right there when I was doing that. Okay, so anyway, back to this. Whether they've imbued you with unconscious habits or were that from which you rebelled, until you examine those deep roots, they will define your foundational paradigm. So definitely, what questions would you like to ask? Definitely ask me any questions that you'd like, or ask any, and you can ask for a card. I have a list started, sort of. I mean, I have one person. Yeah, God's not punishing. God's the source of love. We just got taught different things so that we could, I think religion was definitely formed so that they could control us through spirituality. Because if we really just enjoyed our spirituality, we'd be just enjoying and loving, and my view. Okay, Stacy's on there for the first card. She wrote it down. I have a pen now. Marla and Amanda and Riley. Amanda. No, wait, we got to do the right. Marla, Amanda, Riley, and hi, Jabu. All right. Okay. So our first card was to look at your roots, look at where you get the information from, where you've got your belief system. And that's something that I instruct people to do too. Routinely check and see what your beliefs are, right? If you're, hi, Lindsay, and I'll put you on the list, Alexandria. And if anyone else wants on, Jabu, okay. I can definitely pull a card for you, user, but if you give me your name, it'll make it a little bit easier for me to put you on the thing. Because if I get another user with a big number, then that'll get it a little bit confusing. You're on there, Lindsay. These are my birthday card readings. That's the birthday card reading. Okay, let's see what the other cards are. And I'm showing them. Angela, perfect, on the list. Angela and Lindsay, both on the list. Perfect. And Ollie, I'll make sure you're on there. I didn't see that one pop up in between them, but I've got you on the list now. Thank you. It's just, every time someone says happy birthday, it's just like, such a kiddo. So the card that I pulled from this deck, thank you, is Milk and Honey, but I pulled it in protection. So let's see what our protection message is for Milk and Honey, because we know that in the upright position, it's all about the taste of prosperity and opportunities born of authenticity and nurturing abundance and trusting that your needs will be met. So what does it mean when it's in protection? A nameless unease compels you to turn to pleasure and comfort as a means to escape what's really going on. It works in the moment, but only fleetingly before the feelings return and you need to re-up until you're exhausted. Feeling worse than before, you may continue struggling, or you may see the light and choose to surrender to spirit or God, whatever. Hi, LA. You're on my birthday call. It's the birthday oracle card readings. The birthday card oracle readings. There you go. That's what we're calling today. So now is the time for practicing extreme self-care. If you can, do so before you engage in behaviors you'll regret later. You are so loved, so cared for. Feel love and compassion for yourself. Turn your troubles over to the divine for healing. That's all that counts right now. So there is a possibility, like just even link StreamYard, please. There should be a link on StreamYard at the top. In the comments section, it should tell you how to give StreamYard permissions. So just from these two cards, like especially with that being in the protection mode, right? So it's asking you to look at your roots, like where do you get your belief system from? Where do you get your knowledge from? And do you feel safe in your home? Do you feel safe in your home? You know, and what kind of home life did you have? Because if you had a home life that was unsafe, then you're going to be looking for that same environment and until you recognize that that's what you're doing, right? And this is telling you to look at self-care. So whoever, you know, is examining their roots needs to be really paying attention to that self-care. Okay. Two more cards. Woo-hoo. And another happy birthday. Happy birthday. So creativity. This is the card I pulled, and I'll try to shine it up there. It's very, really cool, the picture that's behind it. It's really hard to see it, but yeah, you could really, really get yourself lost in that picture that's in the center of it. So the cosmic wound is a reminder that you're undergoing a beautiful process of birthing a new self into being. Look at this journey that we're on. Reviewing our roots, where we get all our information, whether our home was safe. Then we're going into this level of self-care. And then we're birthing a new thing. What are we going to birth that's new? Perfect. Oh, that's awesome. So yeah. So number 6. Okay. So you don't know who or what it is yet, but you know it's full of life and love and passion and spirit. It's the perfect expression of you, imbued with love incarnate and ignited by the vital spark received from the divine. If you've had a difficult time in recent memory, feeling dry and stagnant or lost and unsupported, this is changing right now. You will feel newly inspired as so many ideas beckon for your attention. Know that you're safe to explore the expression of your rejuvenated creativity, releasing all judgment as your curiosity is piqued. You're in the most fertile cycle of your life right now, intuitively keen with heart wide open and mindful that each step in the direction of your dreams and desires is effortlessly supported by all the divine helpers in the unseen realms. What a beautiful, beautiful message from that, right? I'm digging that. Good morning, Linda love. All right, let's see. The last card that I pulled was from the tarot deck. So let's see what our light sayer, what the final journey. This seems like a journey reading. This is giving us like a path. We're on a path. So the next card that I pulled was the Queen of Pentacles. So let's see what the message is from this Queen of Pentacles. A healer, a working parent, a self-made person, material wealth, abundance, strength in family and community, a kind and nurturing heart, groundedness, being down to earth, generosity. So what a beautiful, beautiful message that is. This self-made queen reminds you to step into abundance by shifting any shadows you are holding on to around wealth and security. You are safe. Well, that's what this journey was about, was figuring out from that card, looking at your roots, and do you feel safe? And if you don't, then what are you going to do to feel safe? How can you change your environment? Is your environment a pattern? Is it a repeat of unsafe environments or toxic environments from before that you're reenacting now? And if you know that, and you know that that's the stuff that's been put on you, take that time to reflect, do self-care, really love yourself, fill yourself full of love, like a cup, like a cup. Fill yourself up full of love, and then you overfill. And when you overfill, it spills over into everybody else. So we'll fill it up. And when we fill it up, we're going to rebirth that new person that has those new belief systems that are in line with who you are, not with beliefs that somebody else gave you that you don't even, they might not even know where they got them. So you're going to have your new belief system, your new understanding about you and where you got your information. And then you're going to step up as that queen. And I don't care if you're male, female, him, her, she, them, they, whatever. You're going to step into your birth, into that position of abundance, that position of, the leadership, prosperity. That's all coming to you, and you'll be safe. You're going to be safe. You're going to know you're safe. Who doesn't want to know they're safe? Pay attention to your finances to level up your money game and give yourself permission to rise to the upper ranks. This is a positive message of creature comforts and happiness, and this earthly medicine ushers in a life well lived in the material world. Connect with nature to find your calm, healing, and rooted power, and harness the abundance that's available to you by bringing groundedness into your situation. Shower others with warm blessings from a charitable heart, as loyalty, family, and community are themes at this time. Your nurturing and down-to-earth approach will gift stability and support to those in your life. Don't overextend your energy and avoid enabling others by overmothering them. They must learn to walk on their own. Bring your self-work and guidance and your glorious, powerful love. Bring your self-worth and guidance and your glorious, powerful love. Beautiful. I enjoy my deep connected life, and I lead with an outpouring of warmth, abundance, and love. So what a journey that these cards were telling us of. I like it. I'm very happy with our reading for this morning. The birthday card reading was a very positive reading. The birthday card reading. Okay, so now we're on to card pulls. So I'm going to note down for Stacy that I'm going to be pulling the card around 18 minutes in. I've got to get all these other books out of the way. All the books out of the way. Just the one. Good morning. Okay, so Stacy is first for a card. If anyone else wants a card that hasn't already asked for a card and been put on the list, just let me know. If you're on TikTok, the best thing that you can do for me is tap on the screen to get more likes, because the more likes I get, the more people that get to see the video. It gets spread to a broader audience is how that works. If you're on anything else, you can share or like, and that works as well. And just so you know, I do paid Oracle card readings. They're 45-minute card reading. Yes, you are definitely on there. I have you on there, info, which you're just on there as info, because I don't have a 9. I mean, I could have put you down as 999, get the angel number 999. I dig that. 9 is a beautiful, epic number. Nine's an amazing number. So yes, you're on the list, info. Oh, Stacy. For Stacy, soulmates. So the soulmate card, it can indicate that there's somebody in your life that's come in that is going to change you in ways that you can't even imagine. Now, it could predict that that person is coming into your life forever, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean the case. Some of our soulmates crack us wide open and cause the most healing that we ever imagine, right? I know that my past partner, he was a soulmate, even though we had a lot of unhealthy patterns within our relationship. Definitely. And I put in Gregor and Natasha, right? You're both on the list. But with that soulmate, sometimes the soulmate teaches you the biggest lessons about you, or it turns you on to the most love for yourself. It creates that healed version of yourself, because, there's been so much toxicity or whatever that you've learned. Who am I? What do I love? What do I want? you know, and you create yourself out of that because you get sick of receiving like less than positive, you know, attention, or tired of having that same cycle. So soulmates don't necessarily mean that they've come to be there forever for you, but there is somebody in your life, Stacy, that's come, that is, you know, pivotal to your growth, that is, you know, going to love you, and there's going to be great love there. And it could even be within a business partnership or something like that. It doesn't necessarily just be in a romantic. Even in business, there could be a mentor that's come in to guide you, or, you know, things like that. I'll put you on the list for sure, Emily. Okay, so right around the 18-minute mark, we'll say for Stacy, because she had to run to an appointment. So I'm just going to write a note on hers if I can here and let her know. There. Now let's see if I can post a comment. I don't know. Anyway, I'll do it afterwards. Because I don't know how. I don't know how to do it on StreamYard yet. So anyway, we'll keep on with the show, on with the card show. I'll just remember that Stacy was about the 18-minute mark. Aw, thank you so much, Linda. So Linda's one of my clients, and she just commented that working with me is just a blessing to her healing. So I do an oracle card reading, which is a 5-card pull. This is just a standalone single session, 45 minutes for $45. I tell you who your spirit guide is, what message he's come to give you, a message that he's been trying to give you for a while, but you haven't really been open to hearing. How to be open to messages more in the future, and what life path that the spirit guide is giving you direction on. So that's my regular standalone reading that I do for people. So that's $45. I also have the Sacred Journey Oracle package, which is a 3-month package where you meet with me in a video session every other week. And I talk to you about whatever you're struggling with. I consult the cards, intuit the message, and then I give you healing stuff. So whether that's guidance in how to navigate through what you're experiencing, soothing techniques, resiliency tips, stuff like that. So I pull from my whole bank of trauma knowledge and resiliency and all of that. So I help guide you with that. And then on the opposite weeks, I pull a card and I intuit what the message is for you for that week. And then we meet again the following week. And then the next week I pull a card, and then we meet again the following week for 3 weeks. And I have a special on for the rest of this year, and an additional special, which is, so for the rest of this year, that's 3 months package is $697 Canadian. And for the rest of this year. Next year it goes up to $997 or $999. We'll just do $999 for the info. We'll just do $999. But then and then the but whoever pays all at once will get one additional oracle card reading. So you'll get 7 readings and 6 card pulls. So that's the way that I've done that for those who pay all up front. Okay, Marla, this is your card. And then I have a trauma wellness program, which is like, it's a huge program for those that really want to delve deep into their trauma. And hi, Bella. How are you? Nana. Can I call you? Want me to call you Nana? Why? I wanted to be Nana with my grandkids. I really did. So why? In protection mode for you, Marla. So I think that this is saying that you're, and Y is number 31, just so that you have that number as well. Like running around looking for it, and it's right where my finger is. So the protection message for Y, right? Y is asking those questions. Why do you want something, right? That's what Y normally does. Y is usually saying, why do I want to be an entrepreneur? Why does that matter to me? I could go work as a nurse. I could make good money. I could work, and have, sustainable employment, right? Why do I want to be an entrepreneur? Because knowing your why is important, right? Why do you want, what is success to you, right? Why does that constitute as success? So just understanding that. But this one here for Marla was pulled in the protection message. So what that's saying is sometimes subconsciously denying the truth may drive you toward a specific outcome that actually aligns with an intention hidden from your awareness. For example, you may want to be prominent in your profession, but your desire is not really about sharing your talents, but about making yourself feel better because fame would cause people to admire and approve of you. Or you may want to reunite with a partner who rejected you because you believe that your love continues to be strong, but deep down, what you really desire is to have the last word with that person. Now is the time for deep soul searching of the why that drives your choices. What you uncover will set you free and bring you ever closer to the happiness you seek. So just make sure that you know the why you're doing what you're doing, and that, you know, that it aligns with what you think it is, right? So that you're not out there just thinking you're doing it for the right reasons, but we're not. Right? So just that's your message. So Amanda Riley 999. I love that show, by the way. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, such a good show. And they never did anything wrong. I freaking love them. And I wish that, you know, with all the stuff that happened, that they hadn't decided to pull themselves off the air. They, you know, they had so much going for them. They're just an awesome, awesome show. They're funny. And they had everything. They had, you know, they had different cultures, they had different sexual orientations, they had all of that on there, and they handled the topics really, really well. So I don't know why they had to go and stop producing after stuff was going on. It's unfortunate. 99. All right, Amanda. A change in the wind in protection mode. So let's see what this is all about. We know, obviously, just looking at a change in the wind means something's happening. Something's changing, right? We got changes about. Number 12 is the number of the car, Amanda. So the essential meaning, or the straight up meaning, would be that there's a sense that an unseen change has been initiated in that preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. Now, in the protection message, it says, are you ready for this, Amanda? There are conditions brewing in your life that you have no control over. I will write your time down, Lindsay. You're not, well, yeah, you're a little ways yet, but I will mark your time down. I'm even putting a number, I'm putting a note beside there to write time. Okay. So I'll come back in and I'll put a note down for you. Okay. So Amanda, there are conditions brewing in your life that you have no control over. Don't fight them. Change is inevitable and it's for the best, for the higher good. Even if the storm blows away the structures you think you've built your dreams on, all will turn out as it should. You will have a renewed clarity and strength to do something even better. Spirit is your ally. So, I know that you're in a change time, right? You know, like that you're looking at making changes right now. So just know that everything is going to eventually settle and it'll all come together. And maybe, you know, the stuff that's going on right now really feels like you have no control over. And, you know, sometimes we don't, but, let me know what you think about that one, if that really resonates with you currently. Yeah, change is inevitable and for the best. It's definitely a true statement there. In a lot of ways. We always think it's for the worst, right? Like even, yeah, nice. And I'm so happy that his surgery went well and all that's good. Perfect. All righty. So the next one is Riley. Riley. And Riley, by the book, number 11. So that's cool that I pulled 12 and then 11 back to back. The two of you. All right, 11. By the book. Definitely Meeks, for sure. So abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, and universal laws. So the universe works within the structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only, yeah, perfect. um, uh, there are only a few of the laws that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting on instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them rather than being the rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules, even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws, and it will be easier to go by the book this time. Okay, so definitely a big old follow the rules, stick to the rules, even if the rules don't make sense. And that could be in a multitude of different areas, right? When you're looking at, whether it's within a family structure, whether it's within a work dynamic, things like that, just following the rules and going by the book. No being rebels. Right. So yeah, so tell him to call me and I'll do a full reading for him, and we'll do a full reading for him, and we'll see what his spirit animal says. I might tell him to follow the rules too. I might tell him, I was one that definitely had issues following the rules. I was a really good girl. Like I shouldn't say that. I just inherently just wanted to push against like structures. I've always like had an issue with like rules, and because sometimes I just didn't agree with them or didn't think they made sense. So I was definitely one of those people. I think that people that have that innately in them, they go far in life, right? Like they're survivors. They're they question things, right? And we need to be questioning things. We absolutely do. Okay, so after Riley is 999. Yeah. And that's because, like when we were growing up, we probably had people in our lives who took advantage or, abused their authority, or we've been conditioned through belief systems that, the police are bad. I don't know if you grew up in a house where, but I did. I grew up around people that would have called police pigs because they were up to no good, right? So that gives you that inherent belief that police are bad, right? And it's not right. It's unfortunate. So then even people that are there that have the potential to protect us, we wouldn't even go to them. We wouldn't go seek out a police officer for help because you were told that they were corrupt, they were bad, they were this, they were that. So we get all these belief systems, right? So that's kind of like that in the card that we had in the morning. Aw, that's so cute. He chose to call you Nana. Aw. Mine don't call me Nana. My grandson calls me Tanya. But it's a weird dynamic in our family. And it is definitely a trait in a lot of homes that had, toxicity or whatever, that grew up, when you grow up in trauma where, police are not good, or authority, or there's definitely issues with authority. Right? Yeah, exactly. Right. And sometimes because they mistreated us too. Sometimes it's not even our family. Sometimes it's actually like the other people. Hello, greetings from Greece. Do you know what? I have got to say, a start that Greece is like top on my lists for travel, right? I'm practicing my karaoke because I'm hoping to have my own Mamma Mia experience in Greece. I'm going to start singing in like local little pubs or whatever, and maybe get a little house and, build this, and Aphrodite's going to, I don't know. Will you all come and hang out with me in Greece? We'll have a retreat. We'll have the Divine Feminine Healing Collective on an island in Greece. That'd be lovely. I think the price is going to have to go up. Okay, 99. I think you were looking at finances. Oh, this is a hard one. This is a hard one. Not for you. Number 6. Okay. So I remember you writing something. I'm just scrolling back up because I wanted to see what your question was. What's coming in regards to Allie's solution or Allie's thing about finances? So not for you is a big old nope. That's a big old nope. It's a harsh card. It's one of the harder cards to read. But then again, it depends on how you think of it, how you think of it, right? Sometimes, and this is the keynote in here, sometimes rejection is God's protection. Sometimes we get redirected so that we can be on the right path for us, or that we can be aligned with our person or our, our purpose or our passion, right? It's just directing us in that direction, but it feels wrong, right? I've got fired from a job that I didn't do anything wrong with. I shouldn't have been fired. They believe somebody that, spread rumors, and it was devastating to me. But after that job, I went on to have an even better job that was just like way better, way better. So, sometimes what you lose actually brings about the best, the best rewards from it. So not for you, 999. A clear knowing that something is being denied to you. Rejection is God's protection. So in prosperity, you can strategize and project and systemize and invest all your time and energy, but sometimes your best laid plans seem to go awry in spite of it all. Keep in mind that no effort is wasted. Fail fast and learn from defeat. Then keep going. You will eventually succeed, although perhaps not at this game, not at this time. Know when to fold your cards. So, that I would be, if I was looking at a financial with my company and I got this card, it would be a bit jarring for me. But it could be just that, maybe it's saying, whatever, something that I'm doing within this role is not right? That I'm putting you on the list. That it's just not right in the form that it's in, that I need to tweak it or change it or, alter it a little bit to get that, to be the right role for me or the right job for me or the right company, right? I just need to tweak it a bit. It could just mean that it's not that particular form of it's not right, but it could mean that the whole, it could be if for me, for nursing, it could come up and say, not for you. And I'd be like, okay, I'm not supposed to be a nurse anymore. I'm just going to go keep working on my business then. Right. So just as an idea for that, sometimes it's not a concrete no, it just means not right now in the form that it's in. Sometimes it means not at all. Right. But you guys, you'll be able to know about that. Okay. After 999 is Alexandria. And then after Alexandria, Jabu. If you're still there, just let me know what the question is that you're looking for. And after Jabu is Angela and then Lindsay, which I know Lindsay had to leave, but we'll go a little bit late today. Normally I try to do just a 9 to 10, but I'll go a little bit late to make sure that we get everybody's cards read as my birthday present to everybody else. Ooh. All right. Alexandria. New life. Number 39, new life, Alexandria. And I like this card for you. Birth of new ideas, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. When spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around and in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight, birds return home and sing their glorious song, and nature is full of promise. I love spring. I love when that hits. My very, very, very favorite day of the year is the day when you first notice the green in the environment. Like, it seems like there's always one day where it goes from having the little buds to all of a sudden it's just like, bam, just green, like everything, just like the buds all opened up at the same time. So there's just this flush of green in the world. That's my favorite day of the year, my absolute favorite day of the year, because it's been so brown. And, right now there's no leaves on those trees across the way, but the first, day in the spring when it's all just boom green, it'll be awesome. What would I like for my birthday? Well, I'm going out for dinner with my family on my birthday, which is nice. And Jess, I'll put you on the list for sure. And a star, I did put you on the list, right? And Jess, you're on there too. I'm going out for dinner with my family. My mom gave me a cute little bracelet. I think for me, like honestly, and this is gonna sound like really silly, maybe silly to other people, but it is what my genuine wish is. I just want to be prosperous with my company, to know that I just want an indication that I've made the right journey. If I could get that as a gift that this is the right choice, I'm going to be prosperous. I'm going to be able to pay my bills, working on my own. I don't need to go back to nursing. Like that would be the best gift for me on my birthday. Is that gift would be the best. But we'll get back to reading your card for you on new life. So miracles beckon all of us. This is one of those times in your life when new ideas inspire you and new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world, and you have the energy you need to feel renewed. Allow your heart to fill with enthusiasm. Let your light shine, for this is a time of good fortune. There you go. A welcoming new beginning for you, my love. And Jabu, are you still on? Right? Like, I feel like I'm saying, like, for my birthday, oh, I'm asking for like this huge thing, right? And it's like, I just, I've had some good calls with clients, and, started out with some clients and stuff like that. But I know there's a certain spot that I need to get to be like, okay, that will pay my bills and I'll be okay. I don't have to make, at least in the beginning, I definitely don't have to make millions and millions and millions and millions. I just need to make enough to pay my bills and to survive, so that walking away from my nursing job doesn't feel like a mistake. Or I don't have to go get a part-time job, or I don't have to, do other things. I just want to do my role that I'm doing here. I just want to be prosperous in this and be okay. All right. After Jambu, I didn't see Jabu. Jabu, you didn't come back. So Jabu, then Angela. Is Angela around? And if not Angela, then Lindsay, I'll pull your card. And I'll just mark down the time. How's that? Hi, Angela. Awesome. What question did you have, dear? I think that's Angela, unless that's Jabu. I'm going to scroll back up. Angela. Okay, perfect. All right. Did you have a specific or just the general reading? A general question. Time for a nap. Time for a nap. This is the perfect message for that then. I love that this card came up and you just said that about the right track, getting healthy. So rest, rejuvenation, renewal, temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. This is a time to step away and rest. Let the cares of your world go. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your lists, your desires. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment, and neutrality. The overly busy mind can block you from inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat, and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and ideas flow through you, absent any force or conscious direction, as you observe without engagement right now. So the message here in growth and prosperity and stuff like that is you are a human being, not a human doing, right? And I talk to people about this all the time. And I was one of them, right? Like I was very traumatized as a child, and I drove myself all the way through. Like I have 9 years post-secondary education. I was the director of nursing and senior management, helping run a long-term hospital and long-term care before I burn out, because I was running away from my traumas rather than dealing with them. And instead of dealing with the emotions or dealing with it in a healthy way, I would apply more work or more lessons, more, I would educate more, or I would just numb out and avoid. and just distract myself from what was going on. So this message, like being a human, you're a human being. And that's also ties to worth as well, right? If we are tied up in what I can do to make myself valuable, right? So that's where a lot of the drive comes from too, is, you get turned on to from accomplishments. Good girl, good A, you got an A, good for you. Oh, you did something great, good for, like you're good because of the accomplishments that you make. So when you get set in that mindset, then you go through your whole life trying to accomplish things, because that's where you have your worth sunk into, is those accomplishments. So it took, me having a burnout and breakdown before I went, okay, I'm I need to take a step back from that, because I'm just a human being, and being is enough. I'm worthy out of just being. So it looks at, about the potential for being workaholism is where the other part ties, or perfectionism, or, just that you can't shut off. So this card is just telling you, just take that rest, just be okay with rest and rejuvenation and quiet and peace, right? Having that stillness. A lot of us have a hard time being still, right? And that's just that anxiety that's running in us, or that need that we have to produce in order to be worthy. So after Angela is Lindsay. So yeah, you're welcome. So yeah, just rest. Be okay with just, doing what you're doing, and just be rest in the right ways. Like rest isn't, watching hours and hours of TV, like doing Netflix doing a Netflix binge. Rest, like meditate, just go slowly through life, just, have a nap, or, just do things at a slower pace. Okay. All right. Lindsay, we're going to write down Lindsay's time. So Lindsay is time to go, and time to go is 46 minutes. We'll say 46, 46. 46, 46. We're just going to tell her 46, 46. Close enough. So time to go in protection, and time to go is number 45. So let's see what the protection message is. And the protection message is, even if it appears that you've reached the end of the line and all is lost, it isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again, so consider this as a break rather than an ending. Destiny is in charge here. You lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that fact. Your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self has doubts, but that is natural, as it does not have the map of your destiny. The soul does. Spirit loves you. Trust that. So this little punk here can get blocked. Confirm, because he's just going to spam saying that I need to shut my thing down, or I'm going to get my account. Right? Like, it's just, I don't know what people get out of doing that. Like when, you get those like trolls that go around. So on TikTok, they make their username say TikTok report, right? So then when they show up, it looks all official, TikTok report. And then they'll say notification, ! Termination will ensue if user does not end live video within 5 minutes, and they're going to terminate your account, right? And stuff like that. And so they do this whole scam thing. So anyway, I just blocked him. Okay, after Lindsay is Ollie. No, Ollie I did. Ollie I already did. Sorry. After is Gregor. Gregor, are you still there? And if Gregor isn't there, then Natasha. And if not, Natasha, Emily. So I give you the next three. Ooh, and box the cards at the same time. Okay. So who do we have on? Who stuck around? Who took the time to stick around for their card? So Gregor, Natasha, Emily, yeah, you punk, just a punk, just right. Hi, Natasha. So if you have a specific area that you would like the question or the clarity around, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll just do general. And then after Natasha is Emily. Perfect. All right. Yeah, I don't understand, like, to have that much time. Like, even people that would a while back, I had some people show up in my TikTok and hi, Paula. Make sure you're on the list. They show up and oh, my brain. They show up, love interest. Okay. they showed up and there's like, total, like, I'm the devil because I'm doing oracle cards, right? And they just spam with that stuff. And it's like, just do this. Just do this. No one's stopping you. Just do this. You stopped you to comment. You just keep doing this, baby boo. All righty. Okay. Love interest, Natasha. I pulled number 43, deep knowing. All right. So let's see what our message is for 43 in the area of love. I feel like you know something. So there are occasions when you just know deep in your heart and soul that a person is going to play a meaningful role in your life. Someone crosses your path and suddenly, out of the blue, you're connected at a level impossible to describe. Are you there? Did you find somebody like that? That feeling marks a moment in time etched indelibly into your soul. Someone has entered your life who will be instrumental in your journey. So pay close attention. Two hearts are calling to each other to begin an alchemical process. This is also a sign that your intuition about the person you care about is correct. Trust your heart to lead you now. Magic is about to happen. So I hope that was a good message for you. I hope you have somebody that's, come into the picture that you're, you had this really good feeling about, and you're going to, and if not, they're coming. They'll be there soon. All right, Emily, this card's for you. If you have a specific area in which you'd like a question on, and then after Emily is Meigs, and then after Meigs is a start, and then Jess, and then Paula. That's what I have on the list. Just general. Okay, perfect. So let's this little serendipity, number 18. Okay, you're welcome. All right, 18, serendipity. So you've stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and the collective dream resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. Keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into being now will leave a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected and smile, for Spirit loves you so very much. So look for those little signs and symbols that are showing you that you're in the right area, you're on the right path, right? Seeing things, like your whatever angel numbers. If you came to kind of like a fork in the road, and there was a feather on the one side, take the path that the feather's on. That's an indication. Just look for song with lyrics that come up, things like that to just guide you. Good morning, Jenny. Guess what? Is birthday card oracle readings today. I just want to say that because I am such a geek. I think somebody left after me saying that. They're like, I'm out. I'm not watching. She's just being lame. It's my birthday. That's my way of basically just broadcasting repeatedly that it's my birthday. Oh, you know what we could do? We could do a guess the age, but only if you don't know it. If you know what my age is because you know me personally, then don't guess it. But if you don't know me, then you can just play guess how old I turned. We just have that kind of fun, okay? But not if you know me. Huh. Oh, I love you. I appreciate that. All right. I lost my brain. So yes, Emily, look for your signs, okay? And then after Emily is Meegs. Are you still there, Meegs? Yay. No, it's like Megan. Do you say it Megan or Megan? Megan or Megan? Hi, thank you. Aw, happy birthday. Another one from Greece. This is like beautiful. I just said to the last person from Greece that Greece is my number one on my list of places that I want to travel. All right, Megan. Aw, and thank you so much. All right, Meg. Oh, regeneration. So let's see what this means in the world of love. All right. Let's see what that means in the world of love. Let's go. All right, number 46. And nobody's guessed the right age yet. Only one person was brave enough and they guessed really low because they're smart. But aw, you missing your cat, Em? Okay, so number 46, regeneration, my dear. In love, the world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There is life after death, love after loss, and in this moment, you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see the evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love rising up to meet you. Now, you were saying that, are you guys dating now? Are you guys dating now? 57? Let's go. I'm not 57. Now I got one real low and one high. You're in a relationship. So yeah, so it could mean that there's that things are going to evolve into more of a relationship. It's kind of it seems a little bit ambiguous in a way, like it's more like, I think like more like a second chance in the relationship, right? That you guys are going to maybe resolve some of the stuff that you're working on, that this is like a second chance for you guys to move forward and to have that good relationship. Oh, thank you, Jenny. So yeah, so that's that's where I would see that message, is that it's almost no judgment at all. I think you look fantastic, Marla, and you're definitely beating the clock for sure in how you look. Yeah. So yeah, just like a rebirth in the relationship, right? That there seems to be a little bit more love coming up to the surface, which is good. So it's just that regeneration. We look fantastic. We all do. Hello. How are you? Okay, after Meg's a start. Are you still there? A start. my first friend from. Aw, we can get married. Love it. Where do you live? What are we gonna do? How are we gonna? What life are we gonna have now? I will, but you're gonna have to wait on the list. And Kaon, I'm not sure if I'm saying that, but we'll go with the last. Tara. We'll say Tara from the last part of it. How's that? San Diego. Ooh, nice. That's much warmer than Ontario. Much warmer than Ontario. Okay. Beach, fun and sun. Oh, man, you're after my heart for sure now. Totally after my heart. Okay, I didn't see a start. He didn't come up and say, he didn't say he was still there. So we're going to go to Jess, and then Paula, and then M, okay? And then Kyo. Kyo. All right. So Jess. Building blocks in protection mode. So let's see what your message is, Jess. I lived in BC for years, and yeah, in Canada, we think BC is the warm one. So that's just, even though Ontario is more south, so we definitely get hotter. We definitely get some hotter weather and more humid, for sure. Our Ontario is more like New York, and Alberta kind of a little bit like upper California, upper Washington, I guess, upper Washington. Yeah, and then people are like, she doesn't know the states at all. And I'd be like, no, I don't. I don't. But yeah, not compared to San Diego. It's just beautiful. Oh, I love it. Okay, so building blocks in protection for you, Jess, my love. Now is the time to address the cracks in the foundation of your life. Perhaps your values have changed, and it's time to strengthen your convictions and let go of things that no longer serve the vision you have for your life. Or perhaps you've chosen to ignore the signs that a situation or agreement you have entered into is not right for you. Remove the rotten pieces and reinforce your core moral strength and integrity. Now is the time for rigorous honesty. For you are called to renovate and upgrade your consciousness. You will be so happy when you do. Spirit has a spectacular blueprint for your life far beyond your imagination. Don't be afraid to replace what's not solid. So that's a really good message for you, Jess. It's just, again, like when we had the first message today about looking at, if you look at, does your home feel safe? Well, if it doesn't, is it because of that when you were a child, it didn't feel safe, or, just understanding where your belief systems come from. So that's kind of the message of that, is just understanding, maybe, like you signed a contract. Let's say you got into a phone contract and you're like, that doesn't really align with me anymore. And then you want to cancel it. Like, it's that kind of thing. Reading, your values have changed with something that you signed up for. And now it's time to just evaluate whether or not it's still in alignment with you and who you are and what you want. Okay. So after Jess is Paula. Are you still there, Paula? If you are, just give me a little message and let me know. Okay. Paula, I hope you're still. Hi, perfect. Okay, so your car. Any particular area in which you're wanting a question, or area that you're wanting clarity? Sorry. You're welcome. Get to drink. Okay. So TikTok. We got to tap the screen. we got to tap the screen. So I pulled go the distance in protection message. Thank you so much, Jenny. Love to you, friend. Thank you so much for joining me, and for the birthday wish, and for the gift. That was very thoughtful. Thank you. So go the distance, number 47. And go the distance in protection mode. So let's see what that talks about for you, okay? And if it gives us an understanding about finances. So do you feel as if you've been wandering in the desert now for ages and ages and nothing is happening? When you conjure up the image of a desert, you picture parched lips, sunburned skin, and mirages. But there is more to it than that. Amid the hot sands are creatures with resilient spirits, tough skins, and the willingness to burrow deep underground for water so that they may thrive. This is a time of developing survival skills and resilience. I do those things. I teach people that. Oh, I will give you a link, Marla. I will put a link with your underneath that message there for my to where to go for that. Okay. And then we can set that up. That'd be awesome. I would love to do that reading for you. I think it would be a lot of fun. So amid the hot sands are creatures with resilient spirits. Okay. So we know we're looking on developing survival skills and resiliency. You are learning to conserve your strength. And in this temporary time of austerity, it's wise to be selective about where you expend your energy. Listen to the call of your soul, because it will never lead you astray. This is an important time for letting go of what's not important. Okay, so do an evaluation of your life and look at what skills and stuff that you have. Now, if you're looking at starting something new, that may be what it's talking about, is like, look at the skills that you have and how you can bring them to the world and in what types of ways. When I shut the book, I'm like, oh wait, what was the other part of that message that resonated with me? Just shut it up. Right. So, and develop, the resiliency and the resiliency and the survival skills. Right. So if you're dealing with like mental health or, anxiety, depression, or just feel like you're overwhelmed, like a lot of us don't even recognize that we have anxiety and depression because we're high functioning. And the great thing about anxiety is that it drives us. Right. So you'll have people that are like perfectionists that are go, 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 work, 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 work. And, society's like, wow, look at that person. They're fantastic. Meanwhile, their mental health is crap because it's just you're running on that anxiety thing. So, yeah. So now that you're coming out of, what you've been dealing with your health, you're just building that resiliency time. So really pour a lot of love into you and self-care, and then listen to yourself. Listen to yourself when you're like, if somebody was to say to you, hey, do you want to go work in the sewers? I'll pay you money, but you'll make money, but do you want to go work in the sewers? I'd be like, no. Right. Do you want to work in, in a factory? Doing the same repetitive action over and over and over again. And I'd be like, right. Do you want to help? Do you want to help people? I do want to help people. Right. So you just listen to yourself, that intuition that naturally exists within you, to determine what in your life gives you that. Yes. Right. So this is my amethyst that I love so much, right? So if I was to get crystals in the mail, I'm like, right? Like if I was to get more oracle cards, or if a trauma if someone like Gabor Mate was like, Tanya, would you come and speak with me? I would be like, oh my God, that's just amazing, right? Like, so I know that those are where I'm naturally aligned. And for you, if you know that educating women is something that makes you go, yes, then follow that yes, and you will be in alignment with what you are. And abundance comes with alignment, right? Just like I know for me that everything's going to turn out. It's just, what kind of life is it going to be in the beginning, right? Like, is there going to be that struggle and strife? Sometimes we learn lessons from the struggle, and they're okay. It's okay, right? I had a guy that I developed feelings for. We talked for like almost 6 months, and he, I thought it was a great relationship, everything that we talked about. And then he ended up ghosting me. It feels weird. Like there's a part of me that wonders if he's okay, because like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like it does not make any sense. How we went from how we were talking to just nothing. And not even that he's not responding to my text messages, but, for a while we were talking through Telegram, but we talked through text messages. Then he had to go away. Like he went on a trip for business. So while he was off on business, we talked through Telegram. And then when he came back, we talked back on texting. He's not on either. He's just not on either anymore. And I'm like, oh my God, I hope he's okay. But I sat there and I thought, well, what was the lesson? Like, what was my lesson, or what was my experience? And I actually thanked him for the experience. I sent him a text message and thanked him for the experience, and said the one thing that he did do was make me appreciate my mom more, because his mom had passed away. And so it made me appreciate my mom more. So I was like, thank you for that. Thank you for our interaction. As much as, it sucked being ghosted. It sucked having someone come in and, show affection to you and have you show up, like feel affectionate back towards them, to just like peace out with no explanation. Right. So you get questioning that a little bit, but it also showed me how much I've healed, because old Tanya, before she healed her mental health, oh my God, I would have lit that guy's phone up like nobody's business. I would have called him. I would have texted him. I would have messaged him on Telegram. I would have called, I would have got in touch with him in every form that I had the ability to get in touch with him. And just like, like, so I know I've healed a lot because I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just, I was okay. You're not for me. Okay. Move out of the way so that whoever is for me can come on in. Right. So that's the fun part of healing, is when you see evidence that you've healed, because you no longer respond or react. I should say you no longer react in the same way that you used to, which is nice. Oh, look at this. You know what we end up seeing a lot on the Tanya show is 10:10 in the morning, because I don't get off at 10. I'm supposed to be from 9 until 10, but I always stay over. So we're going to see 10:10 show up again today. But that's an angel number. We could check and see what the meaning of 10:10 is. So this one's for M. We're going to see about your cat. Okay. I don't know if you're still there. I hope you are. I don't know if the cards are going to really tell me that. I could probably use I should have done that. So I'll pull a card for you, but I just wanted to do this. Okay. So can you show me what means yes? Can you show me what means no? Okay, so back and forth is no, and circle is yes. Will Emily's cat, Polar Bear, come home alive soon? So that would say no. Now, not everybody believes in pendulums. We are totally kindred spirits, Marla. I believe it. I turned on a light and I said, bring me all my people. Bring me all my people. And you were one of them that came. So let's see what the cards say. See if we get a message from the card. Hi, 888 ABC. All righty. So I think you're going to need help. So no, the card that I pulled for you is 34, and it's called a leg up. Okay. So what it's telling you is that you've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with, who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. So do you have someone that could help you? Right? Hi, House of Butt. Sarah's here. Hi, Sarah. All right. Trying to think how you put it up there. Kyo. Hi, it's my birthday, friend. I'm not shy. I share it with everybody. Today I will also light a candle. And I light a candle for, it's a potential, not necessarily that your cat, I mean, I could try, we could see, are you able to tell me if Emily's cat is alive? Does that mean you can't tell me? So it's saying no, it can't tell me, right? So I think what you need to do is look for help to find your cat. Like there's somebody out there that's going to give you some help. So maybe putting out posters, or knocking on doors nearby and asking if they've seen them, or if anybody would be able to help you look for them, and there's going to be somebody that's going to help you out, that's going to help you on your journey to find your cat. Okay. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a positive outcome. Okay. Did anybody from that looking with that, like, did somebody come out and help you? Did somebody come and help you with that searching? Okay. Sorry. This is Kyo. Kyo. I'm not sure. I can't tell you that. And I don't think you'd want me to tell you that, right? So Kyo, number 38, to be fair. Okay. So whatever your question is, if you have a specific area that your question is in, yep, this will be for you. You're welcome, Em. Yeah, it's really hard to, yeah, it's really hard to say that, but, and I don't think you'd want to find out that way anyway. Is there a specific area that you'd like a question, like you have a, that you're looking for clarity in, like finance, relationships, or just general, just want some general information? Because the cards, to be fair, but I will also give you another little tiny little reading on top of that as well. Okay. So I'm just going to read general or look at the general until relationship. Okay. Like, I'm just going to go with one or the other. I'll just do general then. No question. Then we go just straight with general. All right. So balance, injustice, and need to consider options, mutual benefit, the law of cause and effect. In a relationship message, can you find a way to achieve fairness right now? This is a time for listening as well as speaking, for understanding as well as asking to be understood. There is much to be learned, and you will learn if you remain open and objective, weighing options and considering all sides. Your heart wants to connect to others, so allow for a balanced exchange of ideas and action. The best kind of relationship is one in which there is mutual benefit and each party feels heard, valued, and respected. Be fair to all. So what you want in a relationship, you have to show up and provide, right? And I talk about this in other ways. Like, if you're sitting there going, like, I want somebody who's successful. Well, then you have to be successful. I want somebody who's fit and healthy. Well, then you have to be fit and healthy. I want someone that's got their shit together. Well, I hope you have your shit together. Right? Like, oftentimes, and there's this big thing on TikTok, or not on TikTok, the other T one. I didn't use it. Tinder, right? Where you're swiping. I've talked to some guys, and I have sons. So again, a son who is single. So he's been on Tinder. It's in his age range more than anything. But there's an ongoing thing about, you got to be the 3 6s for guys, right? The girls on there are looking for their 3 6s. You got to be 6 feet, 6-pack, and 6 figures. Well, does the girl who's requesting that from the guy have 6 figures, a 6-pack, and 6 feet tall, or whatever she determines to be an appropriate height for a woman, right? Like, if you're requesting that kind of a checklist of qualities, then you have to have those qualities too, because we do attract what we are to ourselves. So if you want to be seen, valued, and heard, then you have to see, value, and hear the people that are in your life. Right? We have to listen to those people if we want to be listened to. That's how, like, it's that give and take, the law of cause and effect. So that's what it's talking about. Just being the person that you want to be, to call to you the person that you're looking for. I love you, Marla. I do. So that's a big part of it. But the other card that came up at the same time was regeneration. So I'm just going to give you the little read the little part in the regeneration card, which is number 46 on the relationship area. So the world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. There is life after death, love after loss, and in this moment, you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. Okay? So a really positive message either way, whether we look at the to be fair or we look at the regenerative energy, right? So you want to make sure that what you're wanting in a relationship, you're going to be able to provide, you're going to be able to reciprocate that, right? And it's a really good time for people to show up in your life that are going to, have a potential for a relationship with that energy. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Or if you have somebody in your life now, you could always let me know that as well. Hello, Adrian. How are you? Welcome to the show. Hello. Would you like a card, Adrian? I will pull a card for you. I'm fantastic. It's my birthday. And for those of you that, guessed, I mean, there were only 2 guesses and they were on opposite spectrums, but I turned 48 today. I do not prescribe to a number, but I did turn 48 today. Thank you. So would you like a card on my birthday, Adrian? Because it's a birthday card day. I love that I delight myself with my humor, and it's one of those, I love when you've healed enough that you get to the point where you're like, I really don't care what anyone else thinks about me or my humor. Yes, absolutely. I agree. And I used to always sign my stuff off with my 2 words of advice. So my 2 things that I always I should. I do have a card. So my mom will appreciate this. So my mom says she's not creative. My mom has always stood by. So I draw and I paint and I can crochet and I can knit and I can do anything creative. I can make anything. So my mom's always held by that. I got the creative thing. She didn't get any of it, whatever. But she's 65 and she joined this card making class and she just loves it. So she made me a birthday card and look at that beautiful job that she did on that. It's got this beautiful, embossed paper with she just did such a beautiful job. And that's not, she's made other more intricate and fancy cards and stuff like that. And I'm like, she's so creative. She is. All of us are creative. We're all creators. We're absolutely all creators. We were created. Someone created us. And then we go on and create. And I tell my kids about this. I'm like, I created you. And then you go on and you create other people. And then we create things and we create items. That's what we are. We are creators. That's what we're supposed to be doing, is creating. Whether it's creating another life or, creating peace or creating prosperity or creating a physical item like a phone, we're creators. We turn our images in our mind and we create from those images or, from the other stuff we have, right? So, yeah. So, we're all possible. We're all creative. It's just, what are you creating with your creativity? Now my mom knows she's creative, so she absolutely loves doing her card class and creating things now. And they're getting more and more intricate. And I love it. I just love it. I think it's the best thing that I helped my mom with her trauma after I healed mine. And now I get to watch, this is literally the biggest reward for me, is these 2 things here. And it actually, I can feel the emotion underneath it all. But my mom at 65 is finally starting to live her best life. She's got friends, she's doing things, she's out, she's having the time of her life. And I'm so happy for her. And she's so grateful to me for all of the education or all the stuff, everything that oh, I love that. Yes. I don't know who said that, but I love that. Absolutely. Right. So my mom, watching her heal, and then my son. And so it's, because when you heal, you become a healer, and it happens, right? As you've healed certain aspects of yourself, people see you showing up differently. So you start to eliminate people from your life that are toxic, but other people that are in that potential of change, they will see what you've done and they'll be like, oh, I want to do it too. Or they'll just, oh, she's handling herself differently. She's doing things differently. Oh, when she gets upset, she doesn't, like she's not raising her voice anymore. So maybe when I get upset, I don't need to raise my voice anymore, right? Or what are you doing to stay so calm? And then you tell them how you're doing it. So a healer, hurt people, heal people. And I want to create a collective of healers, which is why we have the collective, the Divine Feminine Healing Collective. And someday I'll make a Divine Masculine. All right. Yes. Right. It was just like, I couldn't help it. I'm so happy. I actually work with my son, like in sessions, like we actually have sessions, and some people think that's a little bit weird, but when he brings up stuff that I've done to him, I'm aware of some of the stuff that I did to him, which was unintentional, right? I didn't intentionally traumatize any of my children, but certain things like back when I had 2 kids by the time I was 20. I was a young mom. I didn't have a lot of understanding, right? So what was going on at that time was that people were saying, let your children cry themselves to sleep, right? That's how you sleep train, is you let them cry themselves to sleep. That causes trauma because children aren't old enough to soothe themselves when they're babies and you're going through this whole sleep training thing. So they just feel like their needs are not being met, that someone's not coming to soothe them when they need to be soothed, right? So I actually, the card I pulled for you, Adrian, was community. So interesting. I will talk about that in a moment. But so I didn't soothe them when they cried at night. I let them cry and let them cry themselves to sleep. And that caused trauma. Hi, Paige. Happy birthday to me. Thank you. Hi, Paige. I can't see your name. It does just say Facebook user. So I'm so happy that you put your name down there. Oh, and I'm so happy for you. Oh, I love that. I love that. A spiritual healing retreat. I want to put on a spiritual healing retreat. Like I want to do like in-person retreats, but I have to get to the point where I am that I am like abundant, like prosperous, so that I can put on the retreat. So, but I do want to have a retreat, and it'll be in Ontario or somewhere warm. But it'll be, if it's in Ontario or in Canada, it will be during the summer season so that we get the warmth, not in the winter time. Nobody wants a cold. Nobody wants to go cold. So the card for you, Adrian, community. Community, number 8. So if you don't have a specific area that you're looking for an answer in, I will read just the general reading. Yes. Definitely. We could BC wouldn't be bad. BC would be a lot warmer. We could do one like on in Victoria on the island, right? Or Vancouver Island even, right? We could go there. Or we'll just all hop in a plane and go to Greece and we'll have a Mamma Mia experience. And I'll sing too. Like we'll all have karaoke. Because wherever my retreat is, we're having karaoke. I'm telling you, we're having karaoke and dancing. That is a given because you got to dance, you got to explore, you got to have fun. Hi, Anthony. How are you? Okay. So Adrian, community, belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. And where are you from, Anthony? This card signals a new affiliation with a group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our families and communities. In a community, everyone has an important function and feels I matter. Membership in the group provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, and of purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. West Africa, nice. I went to South Africa. I was in Johannesburg once. That was actually my first flight as a flight nurse, my first flight ever. I had never flown anywhere because I grew up poor. So like we were homeless at different times. But anyway, once I became a nurse, I worked in Emerge for a few years, and then I decided, I'm going to go be a flight nurse. So I went and got educated in being a flight nurse. And then I was like, okay, let's do this. So my first flight, I was sitting there and I was flying from Toronto to Vancouver to pick up the patient. And then in Vancouver, I was going to fly to South Africa, which we had a little layover in London at Heathrow. So the first flight section that I got onto, like I made the silly thought of telling somebody that it was my first flight. So of course they had to do the whole like, bomb threat or, like fly, like light takeoffs and landings. They're the worst part because that's when you're going to crash. So, and just like doing this, but it was fine. I went through my first flight and was fine. I've flown around the world now, and I did the flight nursing thing part-time, full-time for a while, but part-time for a total of 7 years. I worked in that industry, and I've been everywhere. I've been here and there, man. I flew everywhere. But that was my first flight. My first flight was from Toronto to Vancouver, then to Heathrow, then to South Africa. And that was my first patient. So very, very, very cool experience. All right. So Adrian, I hope you didn't fade away when I was doing my ramblings. I'll get back to your community. Perhaps you share your love of perhaps you're in a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be as small as showing up or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in the group, your presence is needed. So Adrian, how you said about like you wish that you and your mom had like that bigger relationship. I look at it in this way of saying like, we're all spirit, right? So my spirit right now is occupying this particular body, this particular lifeline. But then after Tanya has passed on in the human form, my spirit continues on and keeps going because energy is eternal. We learned that in school. Energy doesn't die, or it just transfers, right? It never ends. So so I went through I lost my train of thought because I laughed at Marla's joke because she's just on point this morning. I don't know what I was saying. I have no idea. That is just beautiful. I'm gonna, you know what? Sip. It's almost cold now. Mushroom coffee, but it's coffee flavored nonetheless, but it's almost cold now. Stay wild, moonchild. Energy. That's where I was. We were talking about energy. So when you think about like your energy being eternal, like your spirit being eternal, and just this body is what will pass, right? Which we will leave, right? If you're in that eternal state of mind, then you know that there's connections that you're going to make in this lifetime. And we know some of these connections where you're like, yeah, I meet you every single lifetime. Your and my energy is like permanently interwoven, and we are like spiritual family. Like we are connected on that like another level. Whereas we get born into families, and it's all a part of the learning, part of the growth, part of the experience that we had to go through, right? The fated part of the journey. But that doesn't necessarily mean that there is that huge lifelong connection or beyond lifelong connection, even if there are parents or even if there are our family. And that's not to say that I think that people should have bad relationships with their family. No, I think that we should all be grateful at the very least to our parents, because without them, we wouldn't exist. Bottom line. But I also believe if your parents are toxic or they are unhealthy, abusive, things like that, like some of us come from narcissistic parents who, manipulate and, traumatize us still as adults. You don't have to be around and involved in that. You don't have to put up with it just because there's a relationship there, right? Like I don't have to go around Uncle Bad Touch and let him grope me inappropriately just because he's my uncle. It's okay to say you're not allowed in my life because of who you are and what you represent, right? So that's the thing. Oh, there, you know what? There will be like really, really, really hard parts within the journey, and there's going to be some beautiful parts. Um, why don't I'll send you a message, Iris, and just book a call with me. Okay, we'll book a call, and I'll just do a free call with you, and I'll give you a little bit of guidance for what you're experiencing right now. Okay, because I think that the group that you're in, they're probably giving you a lot of good stuff, but I'm wondering if they're missing some little key components that I might be able to give you that will help you on your healing path, to just make it a little less painful. So definitely, I'll give you a link, or if you know where my link is, because I've given it to you before. It's probably in your messages. You can always scroll through your messages and just book a time with me at some point, okay? And we can have that talk. Yeah, and I can see what I can give you to help you out a little bit. Okay, so that community. All right, so just community. Think about that. And Anthony, if you wanted a card, I'll do you a card, and then maybe if Iris wants a card, I'll do a card for you, Iris, and then I'm going to hop off. How's that? And I'm going to get the rest of my birthday done, because I still have to work on my birthday. I have content that I have to put together, because tomorrow is the full moon, and we will be having a full moon ceremony in the Divine Feminine Healing Collective, where we will be releasing things tomorrow, because we release things on a full moon. Oh, you want us to travel abroad? Nice. Okay, so we'll look at prosperity and finance. We'll look in that area. And then I'll pull a card for you, Iris, and see what we don't get for a message for you. Okay. So mending in the protection mode. And mending is number 52. So let's see what our protection message is. Okay. It's the last card in the deck. So tomorrow, are you on Facebook, Amanda? Because if you're on Facebook, oh yes, I will definitely remember the link. I don't know if I post it here, maybe. Let me try it. I'm going to post it right now in this little message window here, and we'll see if you can see that. Yeah, I think it's going to post it to a couple of spots anyway. It did post it to YouTube, and it did say it went to Facebook. If you see that, Marla, that's the link that you will book that through. Okay. But that's not the link that you'll use, Iris. Okay. So yeah, if you're on Facebook, connect with me on Facebook, and I will invite you to the Divine Feminine Healing Collective. And what I do 4 sessions per month in the Divine Feminine Healing Collective. One that I do is on the new moon. And that is, they all have the same format of what I do. It's just that when you're on a new moon, you're calling things in, you're setting intentions, you're setting goals, you're creating or beginning. It's new, right? Because it's the new moon. So you want to be starting something or beginning or creating a habit. Like that's the creative moment where it starts. On the full moon is at that full state. And from that moment on, it starts to release. So that's why during the full moon, we do a release ceremony. And then on the waxing and waning, which is your first and third quarters, I do check-ins. But on each of the sessions, I always do oracle cards, like what is our message for this, this current moon phase. So for a week, basically, is what the message is giving us for. And then so I do the oracle cards and tarot cards. I talk about how the moon affects you based on your astrology. So rising sun and moon signs. And then I do a healing journey. So that healing journey or that meditative, I use incense, I smudge with you guys. I use all kinds of crystals. So I do energetic healing with the crystals and the incense and my energy. And I take you on a guided meditative experience. And that's how we heal, is through that guided meditative experience and the energy that I'm sharing with you through that experience. So on the full moon, the experience that we're going to go through is going to be to release things that aren't serving us. That'll be part of what the big discussion will be around the full moon. When we get to a new moon, then we'll do the like manifestation, or, calling things into us, creation, and, bringing about inspiration and things like that, stepping into our power. So that I do. And the recordings, now I've figured out a way that I can actually pull the meditation portion off of the videos that I do. So I'm going to start being able to share just the meditations, and I might just put them on my website and be like $2 or whatever, 222, make like a 222 to pay for the meditation and download it and then have that available to you or something. I'll figure out something with it, but there has to be that little bit of transfer of energy. But it is a fantastic time, and the girls just love it. And I love it too, joining them and sharing and all of that. So I definitely have to hop off of here and do content for that. I had to finish my content. So mending in protection message. Okay. Heartbreak is a strange healer of souls, and it is. Our grief strips away our masks and loosens our tight hold on our separateness, where we view ourselves as I and the world as it. Loss allows us to see ourselves as part of a larger scheme, opening us up to sympathy, empathy, and dependence on others in the moment when we can't hold ourselves together. And it leads us to become one with the greater whole again. Pain and suffering is a part of life, and none of us will be immune to it. Can you view this loss, this pain, this dissonance as a way back to source? Let your sorrow break your heart wide open. You will never be left behind. You are loved, now more than ever, by Spirit, who does not want you to feel alone. One day you will look back and know this truth. So I'm not sure if you went through like some kind of relationship thing now, and that could be a loss of a career. Like loss doesn't, when we grieve, a lot of times we think of, like a loss to be just, losing a person in our life. But sometimes loss can be, losing a house. That can create a grieving process. Losing a job can create a grieving process, right? There's different ways that we lose things in our life that create loss or grief. Right. And that grief that we feel, right? Like men are being, pushed into, you have to be this big provider. You have to be protective. You have to protect. You have to provide. You have to do all these things. Right. Well, if you're, a man and you've built your life around, a career and building things, and then you lose that career, losing that is going to be so like huge, right? It's going to be like losing someone in your life. So you're going to go through a massive grieving process. So I don't know if you've experienced that lately, Anthony, where you've lost something within your life. But if you can always comment and let me know, and then we can discuss a little bit more about what that mending protection message might mean. But I'm going to pull a card for you, Iris, and see what your message is. And like I said, if Anthony wants to chat with me a little bit and see where the message doesn't go, we can see what we can intuit that message to mean, given the question that you asked about coming here. I think there's definitely a possibility for you to come here. I think that that might be what it could be signifying as well. That coming here means that you're going to be stepping away from a lot of stuff. So you're going to be there's going to be a lot of loss, and it's going to break you wide open. Right. But when we break ourselves wide open, which is what Iris is doing right now, she's breaking herself wide open. That's how you find, that's where you get to you. That's where you get to the source of your authentic self. And eventually you get to the point where you're like, enough, I'm not going to tolerate anything less than the right type of treatment for me. So Iris, this little guy peeking right through here. Blessed. Number 22. Okay. Number 22. And for those that just joined, I've been doing this whole time. It's my birthday today. So these are birthday oracle cards. Does that make sense to you, Anthony? Does any of that resonate with you? And Iris, I'll read your card. Number 22. Okay. Number 22, blessed. Thank you. Thank you, Iris. Love you, sweetheart. So blessed. Something wonderful that is unearned and unexpected. Grace that is an unforeseen gift from Spirit. There are moments in life when, out of the blue, it seems that everything has been orchestrated by divine intervention. You feel blessed in ways that are difficult to express. It's as if the Red Sea parts in front of you and events come together to banish your troubles easily and naturally. You know deep down you did not deserve any of it, and yet here you are. This is one of those times. Let awe and gratitude for all your blessings guide you now. So stuff's coming. Stuff's coming. Hi, Pankush. How are you? I'm definitely going to have fun on my birthday. I'm going out just for like, I don't have like huge plans or anything, just a birthday dinner with my mom and brother and his wife and nieces and my son. Oh, no need to apologize, dear. You got here before I left. Apparently my 1 hour live is going to turn into my 2 hour live. If traveling abroad is your main motive and that's what you're looking for, I do believe that that's something that's going to come to you. You will make it a priority. You're the one that's going to make that happen. Okay. I can show you, if you want, we can book it differently. And if there's an issue with PayPal, I'll connect with you in shortly, Marla, because my email is like, you can always do an e-transfer to my email. That would work as well. If you've got that set up, you could do that. And my email is just mindbodyspiриthealthy@gmail.com. So that would work as well. And I'm not sure if put that in. mindbodyspirithealthy@gmail.com. Perfect. All right. So Iveta, or Iveta. Whoop, I'm throwing cards. Let me know what you want, what the question is that you wanted to ask. And remember, if you're on, and Nina, I'll do a card for you. I'm going to be generous on my birthday and give extra cards. I think we'll just close it off at the 2 hour mark. So 15 minutes, guys, 15 minutes. And I will definitely do a reading for you, Pankush. And I do readings. I can service people worldwide. That's the beautiful thing about having an online business, is that I'm worldwide. So if you wanted a reading, Pankush, you can get a reading as well. And it's just, we would get together and I would do a video session like this with you through either Facebook Messenger video or through Zoom or Google Meets or or Microsoft Teams, like any one of those things I can have meetings with. And yes, boundaries. I need to reinforce my boundaries. My time frame. I know I'll have someone that's like one of my friends that's watching me. She'll be like, "And what time did you finish your live today, Tanya?" And I'll be like, "I went an hour late." And she'll be like, "That's bad time management." I'm like, "Of course it is." So, Iveta, I'm just going to scroll that back up just to see. You're moving back to your country soon, and you're a little scared if you made the right decision. Okay. So I'll look at that for you. The card that I pulled was Leg Up. I'll pull one for Nina and Pankush. Okay. And then I think that'll might get me to the 15-minute mark. We'll see after that if I have any time left. I'll find out if I do, and if I don't, because I'm hard stop at 11 o'clock. I'm hard stopping at 11. I have so much work to do, and it's my birthday. And, I just got work the rest of the day. So I guess that's a part of it. All right. So leg up, my dear Iveta, leg up. And that is number 34, which would also be a 7. Okay. So a leg up is definitely about having support, right? About finding support. Okay, apparently I wanted to skip past it. Boop, boop. All right. Okay, so thank you. I keep... Oh my goodness. That's why it wasn't making any sense to me. I was literally in the 20s going 25, 24, 25, 20, going, where's this card? Why is it not 34? It's supposed to be 30, but it was because I was in the 20s. That's why it was not making any sense to me. Hilarious. All right, 34. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Aw, I don't know why it affects you at all. It probably doesn't, because you could just do this. And your belief system is your belief system. And that's okay for you. I love you. So, you know, carry on. Go celebrate. God knows. All right. So back to you, Iveta. You've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. So is there someone that you're able to align with, or you know that you can, that is helping you with this part of your journey, with that moving over, moving to a new country? I'm just listening to the person, like I'm just reading the comments of the person that's like basically telling us that, you know, this is all lies and it's all fake and pray to God. You know, I do pray to God, and my God is the source of creation and love, right? My God is the source of love and creation, and he doesn't punish, he doesn't hurt, right? He's accepting. And these messages are messages that people have requested to hear and that I'm providing for them. There's no lies here. There's no deception. There's no nothing. Just your negativity is the only negativity here. And that's based on your limiting belief system. And that's okay. You go ahead and have that. That's fine. But the rest of us, I didn't say I was trying to be God, although we all have a spark of God in us. Hi, thank you. You're the one that's interpreting things, and you're putting your viewpoint on my stuff without knowing me or knowing anything about who I am and what I'm doing. Oh, I am in human form. I'm definitely in a human form. All right. So after Iveta, we had Nina and Pankush. Nina and Pankush. Okay. So Nina, and then Pankush. Okay. Hi, Hermione. No, but you know what God is? God is energy, just like we're energy. Our spirit is energy, and energy can neither be like, doesn't die. Energy is eternal. So eternally, the spirit that's residing inside this body will continue on, right? And God is spirit too, and God is energy, and everything in this world is energy. Everything in this world is energy, right? So I'm connecting to the energy of these cards with my energy to provide a reading for their energy of what they're requesting. That's all it is. As simple as that. Cool. That's your belief system. Awesome. Have fun. I've entertained you long enough, my dear. Bye-bye. And she's gone. There we go. And she's gone. Right? I won't have somebody tell me that, you know, I'm not good, or I'm, you know, whatever, or, you know, any negative stuff about that. Everything that we're doing is great. Okay, Nina, are you still there, love? Because if not, I'll go to pen. Oh, there we go. Will my 2023? Oh, so you're looking for a general about 2023. Okay. All right. Look, we've got 8 minutes and 2 cards, and then tomorrow we'll have more. All right, building blocks. All right, so you're looking at your 2023. How old are you? Just out of curiosity. I can't see you, so I wouldn't even be able to hazard a guess. But how old are you? Just because there's a reason why I'm asking, but I have to get your 26. Oh, you're in such the perfect time. This is where you're just discovering who you are. In the first 30 years of your life, that's really just discovering who you are, building your foundations, determining like what makes you happy, what doesn't make you happy, putting your boundaries in. Like really, you're just in the building blocks of your life. Okay. But let's see. Only until 11. I'm only on from 9 until 10, and it's my birthday today, Hermione, and I decided to stay on an hour later, just giving free cards. So at 11 o'clock, I've decided that I'm making a hard stop at 11. But if anyone wants the link, I can give you the link. And if I do a reading for you, it will be a 5-card reading, not just a single card. So, but I am back tomorrow from 9 until 10 for free cards during that point in time. But yeah, right now I've already went over by an hour as like almost like a gift to everybody, but it's just because I've been having so much fun. It's just been awesome hanging out with you guys. And, you know, I'm in such a good mood. So I'm like, let's just share in the good mood and do some extra stuff. So, and Destiny, I do like $45 Canadian. It's a 45-minute to an hour reading where I give you 5 cards, like huge reading. So if anyone wants that, I'll drop it somewhere. I mean, I know it's on my profile. I'm pretty sure that I've shared the link for that before, but I will share another link about it, just to do the reading if you wanted to do the reading. Yeah. So I lost my train of thought. I had pulled, number 28, building blocks for Nina. Let's get back to building blocks for Nina. Okay. So you have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. Oh no, from New Zealand for Canada? Canada's like got, you know, out of all of the industrialized countries, like, you know, when you look at the US, the UK, Canada, stuff like that, we have one of the cheaper currencies. Like in the States, if a $45 reading in the States, they'll probably pay $30, or roughly around there. If it's not 30, then it'd be like 35. But for someone in the UK, they would probably pay 30 to maybe even $25, right? In the UK. So yeah, the currency in Canada is much cheaper, like $45 Canadian, and even $45 Canadian isn't all that much money for the hour that, basic hour that I'm going to give you, because I do support it with like my trauma wellness stuff as well. So I'll give you some tips and techniques to navigate through whatever the message is, if the message has some stuff in it. But yeah. Okay. Building blocks, Nina. You have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on foundations you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as a solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you are making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful design. In relationships, when you see this card, know that you are attracting new relationships into your life and solidifying the ones you already have by building them on foundations of honesty, humility, clear communication, and a genuine desire to know one another. You are moving toward laying the groundwork for a relationship with a firm rooting that will ensure it can withstand any storm. So it sounds like a really prosperous 2023 for you, right? Like just a beautiful 2023. Just work on what are your values? What are your ethics? What are your morals? What do you believe? Make sure that it holds true to you. You're not just believing what you've been believing your whole life. You should consistently, throughout your years, review your belief system and make sure that it still stands true to you today, who you are, right? Yeah. So keep building those blocks to the point And now that you're safe and secure, and you know who you are, and you're solid in the foundation of you, then you can go out and have somebody, and you'll be in that position where you'll be like, yep, this is my boundary. This is this is my foundation that I've created. These are my boundaries. And you have to, and you'll know exactly what you want from a partner in your life. So that's the best thing. We should all be who we're hoping to, who we're hoping to attract to us, right? If we're not being that person, then what do you do, right? Thank you so much. I love you. Big loves. So yeah, right. If you're not being that person, and it's like that joke, the thing that I said earlier, where I was talking about with, my brain just went, you're welcome. Love you, friend. Yeah. Anyway, we have to just have to, this might be a sign that, sorry, that's what it was. That's where I was going. The Tinder thing, right? Where women are like, I want a 6 foot tall, 6-pack, 6 figures. Like, I want those things. And it's like, but what are you bringing to the table? Do you have a 6-pack? Are you, the perfect height for what this person wants? And do you, have 6 figures? Like, are you wickedly successful? Right? So be the person that you want to attract. And then when you get to that point where you're what you want to attract, you're going to attract it naturally. And even if you don't, you're going to see people coming that, and you're going to be like, no, this is my boundaries. No, I'm not getting away with that. Okay. So Pankoosh, here's your card. I'm sorry, but I was just chitty chatty, but we're 1 minute to go. Aw, happy 30th. I love you. Actually, this guy that's tucked under there. Number 20, imagine. Imagine. Okay. So, got my book. Read you your number 20. Imagine. So, turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imagery and feelings, creativity, and illusions. What do you want to be? What do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? Now, this is a message for everybody, even though it's Pankoosh's card. This is a message for everybody. Who do you want to be? What do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? Okay. You were gifted with the power to imagine. If you can dream it, you can create it. That's a Bob Proctor statement. If you can visualize it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. That's what he used to say. And it's true. Everything that exists in this world came from somebody's imagination, right? And that's why we are creators, right? Now, I might not have pictured my kid exactly as he is in my mind before I had him, but I pictured a baby. And I did what was necessary to bring that idea of a baby out into the world and create it. The person that had a picture, they visualized this, mine's broken, but they visualized this and they created it, right? Somebody visualized these and they created it. It started in here and then came out, right? So we're all creators. That's what we are. We are all creators. We create what's in our image. We bring it to form, right? That's how we take what is spiritual, which is that energy, right? That imagination is very much in our spirit realm, and we bring it into form, which is matter, the third dimension. We bring it from here into here, right? So we're all creators. So think about that. Who do you need to be and what do you need to believe, right, to have the life that you want? And that's what you're going to do. So if you can dream it, you can create it. This is a time when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life you desire. Spend time daydreaming, fashioning a vision board to help you see your goals, or meditating. Then allow your feelings to mingle. Allow the power of your creativity to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Then allow your feelings to mingle with your inspirations and imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat. What you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see these things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. So when we talk about manifesting, manifesting isn't simply, I wish I had $1 million. I wish I had $1 million. Like, it's not just wishing on something, and it's not even just envisioning, like visualizing in your mind, I wish I had $1 million. because even in just saying that, I wish I had, you're already saying I don't have it. So you're operating in that sense of lack, right? So we want to be saying it from the sense of, how would I feel if I had $1 million? What would I do with $1 million? How would I spend it? How would I live my life? And embody that feeling, right? I would be really grateful. I would be proud, because if I have $1 million, I probably worked for it, right? I probably put the effort in to generate that income for me through different measures. So I'm going to feel proud. I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to be super grateful, because that gives you freedom, right? If I want to manifest a relationship, right? Well, what do I want in my relationship? How does that look? So sometimes we can do manifestation. This is stuff I teach my clients. So enjoy this free lesson, right? I can journal out, what do I want my relationship to look like and feel like and be like, right? So I want to be seen, right? I want to be seen for who I am and appreciated for that. I want to be heard, right? I want somebody who understands me. They don't just hear me, they understand me, right? I want someone who is loving, right? I'm a passionate person, so I want someone that meets that level of passion. I'm growth orientated. I'm always growing, always trying to be better than I was, the year before, the day before, the week before. So I want someone that's growth oriented, right? So I would write down all of the things, or, envisioning what I want my relationship to look and feel like. It's not about, I want him to be 6 feet tall, or I want him to have a six pack, or I want him to have six figures. It's, how do I want him to make me feel? How do I want him to show up in my life, or her, if you're looking for a her, or them, if you're looking for a them and you're a they. Either way, doesn't matter. Whatever you're looking for, you supplement, you put that in, and you direct that, right? So, but you embody the feelings. How would you feel? How would you feel if you had a person in your life who loved you and saw you and valued you and appreciated you, right? I want someone who's never going to make me doubt my worth, because that was a big thing in previous relationships. But that was also my mindset. I doubted my worth. I didn't think I was good enough. So I found people who told me I wasn't good enough. So now that I know I'm good enough, I'm going to find somebody that sees me as being good enough. And I'm going to feel great about that, because I have this relationship that is built in how I feel. But it's about embodying those, right? Wouldn't it be? Hi, great to see you, Tiffany. You caught me on the very end of my birthday celebration. And that just blipped out just briefly, because it was like, you are running out of battery. You need to charge. Hi, it's great to see you too, Tiffany. And I was just talking about the one card. I'm going to jiggle you guys around for a minute. So just hang on. Woo, we're going to get real close and friendly. And then I'm going to sit it there and look at that, plugged in, saved by the cord and the electricity. Thank you so much for that. So manifesting isn't just about thinking it. You have to actually feel it, and then you take inspired action. So the feeling of, when I just talked about in the relationship, and I want to feel seen and heard, and that I'm good enough. So the first part I need to start with that is the relationship with myself. Do I feel good enough to me? Yes, I do. I'm hoping you're saying yes too. I feel good enough to me. Do I value myself? Yes, I do. How do I show that in my day-to-day, right? So I'm implementing to myself the relationship that I want with myself first. So now that I've put that in place, or working on your mental health, right? If you're like, I want someone that's got their shit together. Well, then do the work that you need to do to get your shit together. And then you'll find somebody with their shit together, because they'll be like, look, she's got her shit together and I do too. Perfect. Right? Yes. Yes. Very much so, right? So that's what I help people with, and is with trauma and with mental health, right? So, and I do it through a wellness way. My stuff, like, I'm not telling you need to go out and buy a $2,000 tool. I have my tools right here. I have down here, there's a yoga mat. You can just see the tip of it over there, the green. So I have a yoga mat. Yoga mats are cheap. They don't cost that much money, right? But that's the one thing that I have. I have a free, well, there are lots of free exercise programs out there. Fit On is an application that you can have on your phone, and it has access to a whole bunch of fitness things. And I know they actually have a special that they put on right now where I think it's like $40 for the professional, for their pro app. For the entire year, because they have it at like 70 or 80 or whatever percent off for the remainder of this year. So, you know, having something like that, $40 for a fitness program on your phone that has, you know, tons of stuff, right? Yes, I think you and I would work wonderfully together, Tiffany, because I agree. Like it's all about holistic stuff, right? So I actually sought a teacher, a mentor for me, and my mentor is a Sharma that lives in India, and he is teaching me all about the chakra system, mudras, mantras, pranayama, like all of it, including like the a specific way of eating, like the that we should be eating. So just a ton of stuff like that. That's the holistic part that I share in it. When I'm telling, and I always talk about this with my therapy type is, I'm not, if when I want you to exercise, I want you to have exercise and movement as part of your day. But I don't tell you you have to do 7 days a week of exercise, or that you have to have like a gym membership and spend out $300 a year, or that you have to, you know, be doing some high intensity interval training. I want you to do what aligns with who you are, that's going to make you happy. And when I talk about exercise, what I mean is at least get out and go for a walk every day and get out in nature. I mean, do something like yoga, or, you know, even lifting a little bit of weights. Like I don't have a lot of weights over there. I mean, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not trying to bulk up or anything like that. I have I have dumbbells up to, I think I have 15-pound dumbbells out there. And, you know, as I get stronger, if I need another set, I'll get a set of 20s, right? And if I get stronger and the 20s are too small, then later on I'll pick up a set of 25s. But I'll just progress like that. And I'm not going to have like a big, huge gym in my house, at least at this time, because that's not aligned with me. And the most important thing is that you have movement, right? We spend most of our days seated down like this, right? Sitting in front of a TV. TV's on that side, sitting in front of a TV, watching TV, right? Get up and move. For the longest, I stopped watching TV. That was one of the things that I did, right? So anyway, my stuff is always going to be what's easy and mostly free, right? A lot of the stuff that I teach you is how to breathe, or how to ground, or how to build resiliency, or how to understand your mind, or how to deal with those negative coping habits that we got into, or what, you know, energy, vibration, stuff like that. So that's my mentality. I'm very holistic, and that's why I call it trauma wellness. And it's because we're healing our trauma through wellness practices, very simple wellness practices. And I combine science with ancient practices because I'm a registered nurse, or used to be. I still am. I hold a current registration, but I'm probably going to, within the next year or so, fade away from the registered nurse and just, you know, use my 20 years of nursing to carry it forward with knowledge, but not to actually stay as a registered nurse, and just do the trauma wellness. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I identify with you. I've been through an enormous amount myself, and that's what brought me here, right? I started out as a nurse, but you know, I had an enormous amount of trauma. And when I went through my healing journey, I was like, I have to help other people, because I do feel that I know how to do so in a wonderful way, right? Oh, no, I actually hadn't, but that would be amazing. Nice. I went to India once. I was in Amritsar, and I also went to from Amritsar. I did go to the border of Pakistan and watch the changing of the guards when I was working as a flight nurse. I flew a patient to Amritsar, so I had that lovely experience. Oh, I'm sending you, that's like, so if you ever want to give yourself a hug energetically, like, I mean, we can do it in a couple of ways, but after hearing that, Carla, I'm just realizing my necklaces are like wickedly twisted, but okay, we'll fix that at another point. So one of the things that you can do is you can put your hand on your chest. I like to hold both hands there and just put a bit of weight there. That'll send a signal through your body that feels very much like you're getting a hug. So it's a great way to hug yourself. And then if you breathe into that space and slow it down, it's going to feel really good to your nervous system, right? We're doing that heart-focused breathing. And then you can think about something that makes you feel love, pride, gratitude, really high-level emotions. They're really energy-renewing emotions. And so you can think about that. But what I like to do sometimes, especially if I'm like distressed, and I did this the other day. So I had somebody that I had developed feelings for and they ghosted me. And it was really, it was upsetting. So I transitioned through that by doing this and holding myself here. I listened to 528 hertz, which is the love frequency in a headset. So I censored out the noise with the love frequency. I held hands over my chest. So where your attention or your focus is, that's where your energy goes. So I focused on my heart and I listened to the love frequency, and I was kind and compassionate to myself and said, it's okay to cry and express whatever emotions you need to in this moment, because what I'm dealing with was, something that deserved compassion. And then after that, after I let out the tears and the crying and I let myself feel good, then I held my hand here. I kept holding my hands here, listening to it. And I just kept saying over and over and over again, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you, to myself. And then once I was done with that, I turned on to the, I am strong. I am capable. I am enough. I am, and shared that. So I hope that you listen to that, Carla, and that you do some of that for you. Okay. I'm sending you so much love. And another thing for that is doing this motion. Rubbing the outsides of your arms in a downward fashion. When you rub your arms in a downward fashion like that, that drops your brain into delta waves, which is a very soothing frequency in your brain. It's a soothing wave frequency, right? So you drop your brain into delta waves. It feels very much like your mom would have been holding you and rocking you and cuddling you as a baby. It would have created it creates the same feelings in your nervous system by doing this. So you can partner this with I am safe, I am protected, I'm loved, I'm cared for, whatever you need to do to override whatever negative feelings are that come up. Okay. So that's the kind of, thank you. Love you. I do have a beautiful program because I do. So I have, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, love. How's your baby? How's your baby doing? See, this is what ends up happening. Now I'm going to pull more cards because people came on, but we can't stay on all day. We can't stay on all day. Yes. So it's really hard because a lot of the, like with postpartum depression, that oftentimes it's the big switch in your oftentimes we have those expectations of what it's going to be like when we give birth, and that complicates everything on top of it. But we also, and Tiffany, you should see my cards. Like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here, 6, 7. I don't know. I have probably 20 decks of cards. So, but it's the hormones, right? It's the switch in the hormones. So it becomes really like almost like a hormonal thing where we're balancing it back, and then we're beating ourselves. We end up beating ourselves up a bit, right? Saying, yes, definitely reach out to me for sure. Okay. Right. And if you do, and I was telling, like, and I do this, it's called a Sacred Journey Oracle package. that I have, which is $6.97 for the remainder of the year. All you have to do is sign up by the end of the year to lock in the $6.97 price, and then it goes up to $9.97 next year or $9.99 next year. But anyway, that $6.97 price is for the rest of the year, and if you pay in full, you get an additional oracle card reading. So what I do is I do a oracle reading with like 5 decks or more. It's whatever I feel intuitively guided to. So if I was guided to pull 6 cards, I'll pull 6 cards. But I pull them. Thank you, come up. I pull them, and I then. So your card is Y in protection mode. Okay, so I'll read what the message is for that, Jenny, and sorry, not Jenny, sorry, Rose. And I know that's not your name, baby Rose. So we get the hormones, right? We get the hormones that change so drastically, but then we also dump on ourselves because we're like, it's not supposed to be like this. I'm supposed to be happy. I'm supposed to be, like you criticize yourself for not feeling the way that you think that you're supposed to feel in that experience. So it really just, pushes it a little bit more. So the card that I pulled for you, 31 in protection mode. Okay. Sometimes subconsciously denying the truth may drive you toward a specific outcome that actually aligns with an intention hidden from your awareness. For example, so this one here is deep soul searching on the why. Oh, Lorena, you should connect with me. I could really... Like I see people with talking about their trauma and their mental health, and I'm like, I could help you so much. Just connect with me. And when you think about it, when I went through my crash and burn, so whatever, with baby Rose, we'll finish this first. So this is asking you to ask the whys, the question why do you want the certain things that you want? This isn't really, I don't think, necessarily giving you a lot of clarity around the postpartum depression. It's more of there's something, and is really looking at the whys that drive your choices in your life. Like, why are you choosing to do the things that you're choosing to do? And just making sure that you know the real reason, right? It's kind of like if you were rushing to get back to work, right? You were like, yep, I'm going to get back to work. I'm only going to take 4-month mat leave. I'm going to go back to work. And, maybe, you think that you're doing it because you want to get back to making money. But then you find out that it's not because you wanted to make money. The real rationale behind it or underneath of it is that you want to run away from the environment that you're in just to get back to work because you don't feel comfortable right now. So you just want to get out of that environment. Then at least you can be like, okay, so I'm trying to run away from the pain or the struggle or this, as an example, right? So that's what this card is asking you to do, is just whatever the decisions that you're making or the things that you're doing, ask yourself why you're doing them, and do they align with your value system still? And if not, then change it. Or what is the real reason that's underlying it? So that you're not lying to yourself about your why, right? And that can be in any area in your life, if that makes any sense. Okay. So that's all for, I'm going to shut down on the one stuff. At least I'm going to at least shut down on that. I might stay on TikTok, but you guys are going to have to make it worth my while. And by worth my while, it can be as simple as giving gifts or giving likes. So if you can tap the crap out of that screen and drive the likes up on TikTok, we'll keep going. Or if you give me gifts, I will pull a card for you. Okay. So let's do it that way. I got to get paid for the extra time. All right. I love you. All right. But I am hopping off here. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on the birthday oracle card pulls. Have a wonderful day. I love you very much. And yes, I'm very, very thankful and appreciative of you guys being here. So bye, guys. Oh, you're so welcome. Connect with me, Tiffany, for sure. And I'll send you my link and we can at least get together and have a conversation through whether it's Facebook Messenger, Zoom, Google Meets, or Microsoft Teams, whatever one works for you. And we just have a conversation and see what we could do together, how I could help you. Okay. But I love you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow, 9 to 10 a.m. We'll see how well my time management is tomorrow. Bye, guys. Awesome. Love you.